Okay, I'm getting ready to hoop water-soluble stabilizer to do the napkin corner. I use this newfound, it's new to me, and I absolutely love it. It's adhesive-backed water-soluble stabilizer. So it feels like Baleen, but it has a sticky side on it. You peel, instead of hooping everything together, paper and all, and then scoring the paper to remove the center, I don't like to do that because you can't get the stabilizer very tight in the hoop. The paper gets in the way. It's a little too stiff. So what I've discovered, and I really liked doing it this way, is turn my hoop over. This will be the bottom of your inner hoop. Seal off the paper from the stabilizer, and then just stretch it gently across the bottom of your inner hoop. And I actually stretch it a little. You can see how it caves in the center as I stretch. Tack it down in the center. Then I pull it to one side. Make sure it's tacky. I don't fold this over just yet. Turn my hoop around, do the same thing here. Pull it gently. Then pull the center gently. And then tack it down. Feel it. Make sure the corners aren't loose. Sometimes the corners tend to stay loose even though everything else is tight. You want to make sure everything's tight. Turn it back around now that this side is secure. Pull it, pick it up. Pull it gently again. Get all the slack out of it. Make sure the corners are good. This one's a little bit loose, so I'll pull that corner tight. Everything feels good. Maybe I'll do this one a little more. Check all corners, center. It's nice and tight, almost like a drum. And now I press the rest of the edge down, the excess, against my hoop. Now I'm ready to put my hoop together. Make sure always, no matter what project you're doing, make sure that your hoop is all flat. The outer hoop is flush with the inner hoop at the corners, at the edges. Okay, so the first part of the design is the placement line. And I've put some white paper underneath so you can actually see it. You would take your napkin and fit into position here. And I want to make sure that the lines, that the fold of the napkin will meet up exactly. You don't want this over the line and you don't want it far from the line. You want it right at the line back here. You want to make sure your corner stays put. And if I had this sitting on the table, then I'd be able to work this better. But you want to balance your corner out. This may not go all the way to the tip, and that's fine. You just want to place the napkin in there so that this edge, this fold is exactly to the line here. And if it's too far over like this, you need to move it again until it's just right. So both sides should be right next to the placement line without going over, without coming too short of it. Like so. Right there. Right. Then I will carefully, this is my sticky stabilizer, holding it in place. I will carefully carry this to the machine and start the machine again, and the machine will baste a few stitches on either side and then across the corner here, and then go on in the same color. We'll continue to do the scallop to tack down my corner, and then we'll proceed from there. Okay, here's the scallop stitched out. Notice at the very edges how it meets up, the napkin meets up with the edge of the, or with the placement line, and on this side too. You just trim it close. Make sure that any stray threads that may stick to the stabilizer are removed, because you don't want those to get caught up in your embroidery, because some of this area is where the acorns will stitch out. And when you trim the scallop away, be sure to not cut into your stabilizer. So that's the only thing you need to be very cautious about when trimming away, that you don't actually cut through your water-soluble stabilizer. And we're ready to stitch. Oh, and I did want to point out once again the basting stitches. They are long stitches. They don't have securing stitches at the ends or at the beginning. Okay, now we've gotten as far as the acorns. The scallops have been stitched, the acorns have been done, and the next thing will be the leaves will start stitching out. And remember, this is sitting on water-soluble stabilizer, so it would probably be a good idea to add a little more stabilization for the leaves, since when you wash it, all the stabilizer is going to be washed away. So what I'm going to do is my soft tearaway stabilizer, like a medium weight. I've got a long piece here. I just slide it and save the excess after I tear it off. But I'm going to slide this under the hoop in the area where it's in front of the basting stitches, because I know the basting stitches are the boundary to my design, because this is only for the leaves. The leaves and the stems is all that's left, and those are all inside the boundary of what's already been stitched. So now the embroidery is finished, and the only thing with the tearaway behind it are the stems and the leaves. You just tear it off carefully. Then you can just remove the project from the hoop and cut away the excess stabilizer. You can clip close right here to remove that placement stitch close to the satin line, being careful not to nick your satin line, and then just throw it in the wash. Oh, remove your basting stitches, of course, which are long stitches. Just break the bobbin thread and pull it off. It'll take you 5 seconds to do that.